The Atari 7800. I'm a big fan of this amazing Atari classic console, and there's many aftermarket games that have been released in the past, but unfortunately many of them are not available anymore. But Opcode Games has recently announced that they're starting to offer for pre-orders classic Atari 7800 homebrews. You may not have gotten these when they were available at Atari Age. Rest assured, this is the second chance to pick some of the classic Atari 7800 homebrews up, and I'm here in this video to show you four classic homebrew games. I'm a big fan of these. I have a few in my collection, and these have been updated with the most recent ROM. I'm really excited. So sit back, relax. Here we go. I'm a big fan of the 7800 version of Popeye done by Gerald G, who programmed Block'em Sock'em, and I got to have the honor of working with him, and now his game is being offered again through Opcode, and it's an updated version 3.0 with Brutus logic added, as well as additional animations, and pretty awesome. I'm going to show this as best as I can. Not the best Popeye player, but fantastic version. It's my favorite version of this classic iconic release, and for a home version this is just amazing. And I'm a big fan of the Atari 7800, one of the first classic consoles that I started collecting in the 90s. And so you know what, if you're a fan of this, maybe you picked up the 7800 Plus. I do believe these are going to be compatible with the Atari 7800 Plus. You're probably wondering, how am I capturing footage? I don't have these cartridges in hand. I was sent the ROM from the programmer and playing through a Dragonfly cart on my Atari 7800 Plus. So yes, and some of the ROMs that I'm showing, there's earlier versions available to play and download demos on Atari Age. So there's multiple ways of just checking these out. Oh man, that looks awesome. Just such a well done arcade release, and it has all the levels, and it looks pretty close to the arcade version with that kind of 7800 take on things. Excellent music, animations, everything that you would enjoy from the arcade release, now on a port for the Atari 7800. Many people were, they wanted this game when Atari Age offered it, and when it was no longer available, it found another publisher, and that's Opcode. Opcode's branching out to Intellivision games as well. Pretty awesome to see that, as you know what, there's a lot of collectors out there that want to get their hands on these games to play, because when it comes down to it, it's about playing games. And sometimes these homebrew releases get sneezed out in very small, limited quantities, or they get discontinued because it takes a lot of hardware parts. And so it's nice that this publisher, Opcode, is picking up a need and offering this at a reasonable price. All these homebrew games that I'm showing today, complete in package with deluxe packaging, by the way, for $60. If you are interested in seeing what the packaging looks like, check out my other ColecoVision Opcode Games videos that I've done on my channel. I have a playlist too for ColecoVision, and you may want to check that out, as I'm a big fan of classic consoles and homebrews. Well, here's Keystone Koppers, which is an aftermarket release offered by Muddy Vision with amazing pokey sound. And what's really cool about this version is it has like a built-in instructions. That's so awesome, and I'm a big fan of this release. And maybe you missed it. This came out a couple years back. There is a demo on Atari Age. I think it's nicknamed December 22nd. This is the demo of that version. And so there are additional offerings, additional ROM upgrades, as I mentioned before, for these releases through Opcode. So the good news is you're getting the most recent update of ROMs. And by the way, if you like these types of videos or this type of coverage, please consider hitting that like and subscribe button and clicking the bell. Helps me out as I march towards 150,000 subscribers. Can't believe it. I've been doing YouTube for 15 years, and I've offered almost 1,500 videos over that time period. And I enjoy covering classics such as these, and I've really been focusing on the aftermarket releases on several classic console platforms. And so Keystone Koppers is just a well done release, and it really showcases what the 7800 was capable of. And you know, it had a shortened lifespan. You know, it really didn't have really a fair opportunity to thrive because it was competing against the juggernaut of Nintendo. And what's happened is aftermarket programmers and enthusiasts have really showcased what the Atari 7800 was capable of. And one thing it is very capable of are arcade single screen releases, such as the following. And this is Uniwars, and this was only offered briefly on Atari Age. Unfortunately had a short release span, and this is programmed by Robert De Crescenzo. He's essentially, to me, one of the best programmers for the Atari 7800. I'm a big fan of his work, and here it is. And here is Uniwars, and this is kind of an obscure classic arcade game released in 1980. Has several different waves of ships, and I'm a big fan of this. And so I don't have a lot of time playing this, but you know what? He's taken these kind of obscure arcade releases and has offered them on the Atari 7800 because the Atari 7800 is so capable of these types of releases. And maybe you have not heard of Robert De Crescenzo. You should, if you're a fan and you want to expand your offerings on the Atari 7800. Atari Age offers some of them. He is the programmer of Bounty Bob Strikes Back. And this game, Moon Cresta. Moon Cresta was offered years ago. You know, almost 15 years ago. So 14 years ago he programmed this, and it was offered for a limited time on physical. Well, here it is. Here it is, offered again at Opcode. And with the deluxe packaging, it's going to have that iconic Opcode box and full color manual. It's going to be great. These are $60. And I'm more than happy to promote what they are doing because they're offering games from some of my favorite programmers. And I'm a big fan of these aftermarket releases. And it's awesome to see. As you know, these are the types of releases that I like to see, and these are the types of games that I like to play. Simply fantastic, and looking forward to seeing more releases like this. As you know what, the 7800 is so capable, and I know of a few other releases that are probably going to be offered in the future. Really excited to be sharing these with you. Now, I've covered Opcode Games in the past. They have a Opcode Games Club. And what's cool about these is you don't have to be part of that club to get in on these. So you just go to the link and you can purchase them, $60 a piece plus shipping. Fantastic offerings, in my opinion. And so, or if you're interested in ColecoVision aftermarket releases, that Opcode Games Club, which I'm a part of, is worth it because they're offering some fantastic arcade ports of some iconic arcade releases not offered anywhere else with deluxe packaging. And so, you know what? In the comments below, you let me know, what is your favorite 7800 aftermarket releases? Are you excited about this? You know, to me, of the four shown today, Popeye by far is in my opinion the best. But that Keystone Koppers is pretty good, as well as Moon Cresta and Uniwars. So let me know in the comments, and thanks for watching. So, I can't wait for these to be available soon, and they are for pre-order now. The link is below where you can check these out. $60 a piece, and they come with fantastic packaging. I have the Opcode ColecoVision versions of their aftermarket games, and they're stunning. They're well worth it. They're well packaged, and looking forward to seeing these releases. Thank you so much for viewing this video. If you like what you see, please consider hitting that like and subscribe button and clicking the bell as I'm uploading videos every week. You folks are wonderful and beautiful. Let's keep it positive. This is the immortal John Hancock, and you take care.